What's good, gunners? Welcome to the Black Gun Guy channel, where it's all about guns all the time. So, today we're going to be talking about grip. Grip is very important. It goes hand in hand with all the other shooting fundamentals, including stance, which we talked about on the previous video. And if you didn't see that stance video, make sure you go and check that out after this so that you can learn all the fundamentals and put them all together once this series is done. I'll make it easy for y'all to find. We'll just create one playlist where you can watch all the learn to shoot fundamentals so you can get a comprehensive overview of how to shoot. So, as always, without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Right? I'm not going to waste your time and try to make you stick around for longer to get my view time up. I'm just going to jump right into teaching you how to shoot because that's what you came for. So, grip. Grip is going to be very important because it's going to help you manage the muzzle flip of that firearm. Right? When you're shooting a semi-automatic pistol, the slide goes back and forth. It reciprocates with a lot of force, right? Because there's a lot of things happening. We're not going to get into the whole nomenclature and cycle of operations, but there's a lot of things happening. And what you need to know is that the slide of that firearm is going to move back and forth. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, as always, we practice safety. So, I'm going to show you that I have a clear and safe weapon, clear magazine well, clear chamber. All right. All right. That's a clear firearm. So let me get closer. So when you're shooting, this is the slide. This slide goes back and forth. Right. That's part of the cycle so that it can eject a round and chamber a new round. Right. So every time you shoot, that slide is kicking back. With the amount of force that it's kicking back, what it wants to do is muzzle flip up. I'm exaggerating that movement, but that's what wants to happen in your hand. Your goal is to try to keep it from doing this and try to keep it as straight as possible, right? You just think about where your sights are and what you're looking at, right? If you're putting this on target, you want to keep it on target. If you can see, my target is my background. I want to keep it on target as much as possible. If I let it flip, then I'm off target and I have to come back and adjust to get back on target. So I want to try to keep this grip as level as possible as it goes through that cycle of operations. So our grip is what helps us to maintain this and prevent this. So first of all, I want to take my shooting hand and I want to get as high as I can on the back strap of my semi-automatic pistol. Alright, again, thinking about the goal of preventing that muzzle flip, the further down I am here, I'm creating the fulcrum, right? The lower I am, the more I'm given the opportunity for muzzle flip, right? The higher I am here, the less opportunity I give for muzzle flip, right? Alright, so that's first. So I want to get as high as I can. There. Alright, so that's number one. So I'm as high as I can on this back strap with the web of my hand between my thumb and my index finger. Secondly, I'm always going to index my trigger finger until I'm ready to shoot, until I'm on target and I made the decision to fire a round. That's when I move my finger into the trigger guard. But other than that, keep your finger indexed. All guns don't have a mechanical safety, meaning a safety that you can actually manipulate, but we all have a built-in safety, right? And that's keeping our finger out of the trigger guard. All right, so I want to get high as I can. And this is with my shooting hand. And then I want to take my index finger and index it along the frame of the slide. I want to take my middle, ring, and pinky finger, and I'm going to wrap them around the grip of that firearm. I want a good firm grip, like a good firm handshake, right? I don't want to squeeze it to the point that I'm shaking, but maybe almost there and back off a little, right? So it's a good firm handshake. I got a good grip on this gun. It's not going anywhere. I wouldn't let anyone come snatch it out of my hand. You're not just gonna come get it from me. But I'm high up on the slide or on the back strap, right? Cycle freely. Cool. All right. Now we're gonna talk about a support hand, which is your other hand. But before we do that, I gotta talk to you about something very important. It's the thumb on your shooting hand. And I know you've been with it all your life. It's been around, and you think that it wants the best for you, but when it comes to shooting, the thumb on your shooting hand is there to stop you from being great. Now, I'm sorry to be the one to tell you, but it just it doesn't want you to be great. You just have to get it out of the way. That's it. That's my public service announcement. Okay. So, shooting hand. High up on the web between my thumb and my index finger. My other finger's wrapped around the grip. Shooting finger or index finger indexed. I'm going to get this hater out of the way. This, I'm going to treat this grip that remains in this part of the frame. I'm going to treat this like a jigsaw puzzle. I want to fill this in. I want to cover as much real estate here as I can. So I'm going to get high, canting my hand about 45 degrees. When my thumb goes along the frame of that slide, and my palm fills in this grip. Now, I want you to look at this. See the base of my palm here and the base of my palm here? I want to meet those, fit them together. So, if you can see, I have no gap in that grip. Now, you might have smaller hands and you may not be able to fill in that gap as easily or as perfectly, but my hand fits this pretty well. So, I can get that out of the way. I just kind of run my hand there and get a real good firm grip. And I want to put the pressure of my squeezing onto the grip of the gun, right? So not in my fingers, but in the grip. So if I was extending out, this is squeezing with my fingers, squeezing the grip, right? So you should visibly see your elbows come in as you squeeze that grip. Again, squeeze on my fingers, squeezing the palms of my hands on that grip. Got it? Finger squeeze, grip squeeze. That's what you want. You want a good squeeze on the grip. Right? Again, not to the point where you're shaking, but firm. Make sense? All right. All right. If you got an empty water bottle around, I want you to take that empty water bottle and I want you to squeeze it. Go ahead, give it a squeeze. I'll wait. Alright, that's long enough. And if it wasn't, then you can pause it and squeeze the bottle and then resume right here. That's the beauty of YouTube. Alright. When I said squeeze that bottle, you probably did something like this. See that? Right. When we grab something naturally, if we squeeze it, we typically, as humans, want to squeeze with our fingers. Alright? So I just want you to understand that the natural way that you squeeze is not the best way to hold or grip your firearm. So try to fight that tendency to, or urge to want to squeeze in your fingers and squeeze in your palms. Not to say that you shouldn't have some pressure here, right? You want to hold this gun pretty firmly, right? You don't want to let it go. Again, a lot of things are going to be going on. You're going to be cycling. You want to have a good grip on it, but the majority of your pressure should be in your palms, right? So here versus here. So just look for that indent in your elbows going down, and that's where your pressure should be, right in your palm on the grip. Cool? Cool. All right. So our grip, again, just to recap, get high up as you can with your strong hand. Wrap your middle finger to your pinky finger around the grip, index your finger. Fill in the puzzle. Thumb forward. Let the base of your palms meet. Wrap your fingers around your strong hand fingers. Don't squeeze in your fingers. Squeeze in your palms on the grip. And that's the way you should grip it. So you should have something like this. There. There. And not a lot of space in between. You can see my palms meeting. That's the kind of grip that you want to have. Alright. Go take a look at that video about stance that was dropped about the same time as this one. And then look at all the other videos in this series and go to the range and try it out. That's the only way to really get better, is actually take all of these things that I'm telling you and showing you all the fundamentals. You take it, you go to the range, you apply it, you keep applying it, and you keep getting better. And drop a comment. Tell me if these things are working for you. If it's not working for you, if you think I'm just full of crap and don't know what I'm talking about, tell me that too. I want to hear it all. But I do know what I'm talking about, so just trust me and go do it. Other than that, you guys go ahead and subscribe and catch the next one. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.